Howdy folks, Zelgrax here, welcome back to more Europa Universalis 4. We are declaring war against the Ottomans. And full disclosure, I made a terrible mistake. And war. I'm having to re-record the audio is what's happened here. So you're going to see me live as I re-record this because holy crap. So at the end of the last episode, I muted in order to take a phone call, and then I forgot to unmute. Also, here I'm realizing that the province I declared for is a fort. Just looking at numbers here, clearly outnumber the Ottomans pretty heavily. They have, I think, about 40 stack. So yeah, we with the added bonus of we just called out random Tunisian fleet there. With the allies we have, Spain and Hungary, sorry, Castile and Hungary, they're not Spain. There's a real possibility here of winning the war relatively easily. We're just going to get military access through Emirati. And let's assign this to Hungary, and then this one to Hungary, and then Hungary, and how about we get Hungary? Yep. And then Castile, obviously we need them to deal with Tunis, and then just walk on around. That's the goal. Alrighty, so we've assigned some targets, and we've got some access here. So just linking up the two who's what's its. Oh, okay. So there's a little revolt there. Let's go deal with them quickly first, and then we'll move down into the Ottoman territory. Okay, that was coalition stuff happening. Oh, Poland decided to marry us. That's awfully nice of them. And we're looking to see if we can convince Sweden to, our goal, if we can get this to time out right, is to, I think I was doing this in the previous episode, but to get Sweden on board, or rather use the Swedish Independence War to gain land in Norway. Because obviously, we have to have multiple fronts here. Let's take mercenary cost, because I don't think this war we're going to use any admin power. We don't need Tech 7. So let's see, we'll just clear those off, and then pretty sure we take the idea because it's useful. There's some useful things in there. Core creation cost being the most important, especially when you're trying to speedrun. And on reflection, I wonder if that's the better first choice. Okay, rebels dealt with. Always a bit of a gamble to take on a war against the Ottomans in speed 5, but here we are. Of course, we're mostly paused, so that helps. Okay, just get access through Morocco, and why aren't Castile going? Because we don't have access there either. Okay. And I think Castile and Portugal hate each other, so it's up to us to get that access. That's fine. Yes, we are at 10 of 9. Having 9 Diplo relations is amazing. That's so powerful. So powerful. Okay, here we go. Starting to actually siege. Let's get some more access, shall we? Thanks, Georgia. Always on my mind. Just eliminate that Hiss and Kaifa army. And we don't need a level 3 guy, but power is useful. That's another fort we can blow open. And I do, especially when you're on a short-term run like this, you can just, you don't need to think about your long-term ambitions. You can just blow straight through your powers as needed. You know, like that. And I think that's a good use of your military power in a short campaign. In a long-term campaign where you're trying to get lots of... oh, just notice Aragon didn't hand over occupation there. I'm sure there's a perfectly good explanation that we'll maybe find out later. Maybe. We cancelled a military access through Georgia because we don't need it anymore. We don't want everyone walking up there. And now we'll just cancel with Portugal. Just lost a siege against Ottoman. We can call in Serbia randomly. We did accumulate a few allies along the way here in anticipation of this war. And of course, it's not just any old war. This is a crusade against the Ottomans for essentially land from Kandar. Just there we go. Got rid of our extra dudes there. And you can see we're working on the annexation of Circassia there too. Finishing off the core on Cumbria. Alrighty, nearly got the war goal. There's good things and bad things about having the fort. Yeah, we're just going to kill him. There's good things and bad things about having a fort as a war goal. The good thing is, let's just check what we want to do here. So I think we can, there was reconquest, so there's 3 cores? There's 3 cores that we can just get back. And then we probably want to take some other land as well, or if you're not going to feed anybody else. And the coalition is non-existent. So then it's just a question of, well, what else would we like to take? In an ideal world, getting all the way over to Constantinople would be great, but that's painful. So getting to Koseli, that's manageable. Especially because we've got England and the Ottomans on, like, opposite truce times, basically. So you're unlikely to run into an issue where they both are joining the same coalition, because that would be bad. And if you look at that, like, we're talking 40-odd war score, or 36 war score for this, which is very low. And very achievable when we have the kind of outnumbering that we have. Yeah, we don't want to give... I'm just sort of investigating what else we could do with the war score here. Because obviously we want as many provinces as we can. We're trying to get to that 100 by December 31st, 1499. Come back up here. Come on. You want to say hello? Got my little trinket here. Thanks to Critical Role. Hello. Come on. Come say hello. We'll go up here. You love it up here. There we go. Oh, what did we just do? Oh, we got our... trying to get the Burgundian inheritance, basically. And so we got the royal marriage back with Burgundy. That's good. Cat in the window, that's Sprungly. Alright, yes, we're looking to see if we can just piece out Tunis. Against... There we go! War goal, finally! Now, one thing I didn't do, that I should do, and it's well worth remembering, is when you have a war like this, especially if it's going to go on for a while. Right now, I'm paying for that fort. Oh, we're just looking. We have 50 right now. 50, so halfway there. With 17 available years. Yes, when you have a fort that you've occupied, give it to someone else to occupy. Like, give it to one of your vassals. Because do you know what? then they're the ones paying for it, and not you. And frankly, you don't care about their economy, because that's their economy. New leader for the Routier, but he has siege ability still, so that's all good. I see Hiss and Kaifa doing a little bit of sieging down in Circassia there. No problem. Don't bother me any. Am I for bothered? Don't think so. And yep, there's another cat. I have this one on loan temporarily. Just looking after her while her owner is on vacation. And of course she's going to eat now. I apologize if you hear crunching. Okay, and in a war like this, like Hiss and Kaifa, not worth trying to get out of the war. Doesn't matter. Completely irrelevant. You can see there Serbia getting munched. Oh, more military power thanks to Maria. Lovely. Yeah, you see Serbia getting munched, Hungary's getting munched, but that's great because they're just taking all of the attention. So that's what you want to happen. That's actually kind of perfect. Oh, we're gonna get the siege. There we go, Crusade. So that's 2 major forts. And what we're doing here is just stealing the land from Circassia to make their integration quicker. Now, what I've discovered is that when they're horribly occupied like that, they're not going to... you're going to struggle to actually get any meaningful progress done. Okay, maxed out with Sweden. And I feel like we're in a situation where their loyalty is just getting too good at the moment. So we'll ignore that for a while. You're standing on my phone. Stop it. Blow open another fort. God, I love this music so much. It's so good. Just get a little bit of carpet sieging going. Off you go. I know not everyone's necessarily a fan of Tunis is fully occupied. Not everyone is a fan of the way the carpet sieging works. I personally love it. I mean you could there's ways to make it better, but it's doing enough for me right now that I can just sort of like ignore it for a while. And I think that's kind of ideal. If you don't have to focus too heavily on it, I think that's fine. Yes, I don't know why the Castilians decided to start going the other way. Serbia just peaced out because they were getting beat up too heavily. But again, that kept the Ottoman armies away from us. So that's key. Randomly, we can that's why. So for some reason, Ourensis there is an Aragonese core. I don't know why, but that's why they didn't flip over occupation. I told you there was a reason. We're just gonna take what we can from them. We get how much of the money? 125 out of 310. That's not bad. We've done a pretty bad job of managing our finances throughout this campaign. And then there's that random Aragonese land. Shrug. Ah, wait. Why did we lose the effective Crusade? That doesn't make sense. We're still in a war against them. Not losing stab, thank you very much. So, what's really annoying, there's one galley currently blocking the straits. That is Ankara that has just fallen. So let's just go siege down more stuff at this point. So those guys are just going to keep carpet sieging, and then we're hoping that we'll just get an opportunity. Oh, Hungary looks bad. Yes, I'll take the money. Take the money every time on that event, I think. Unless you're really, like, playing the Counter-Reformation hard. And, I mean, I've seen it where it essentially was like on other games. I've seen it where it's basically crushed before it even has a chance to begin. So we just saw there that the annexation of Circassia has come to a complete grinding halt, stuck at 20.4%, and that is not what we want. Venice is the Pope. Silly Venice. And we can take core creation cost reduction. We will absolutely take that again, where there's no reason to not, in a situation where we didn't need to core anything right now. So there's time for that admin to build back up. And of course, this is me realizing that there's a fort there in Gelibolu. So taking was that Bolu? And then just walking off it? Stupid. Didn't make any sense. Got war exhaustion, which is bad. Ottomans are... I don't think I noticed this while I was actually playing, but the Ottomans are about to take that final land over on the west side of Hungary. And I think they're about to head for my land. There's Hungary out. Oh, good work, Sprungly. She is curled up. It's one of her favorite spots. Because I work... I have this huge desk here. And I work on the other end of the desk. That's my sort of home office. And she spends most of the day curled up there. I got the other one curled up on a box in the back here. Rowan, the dog, is just sprawled on the floor. It's nice having the animals for company. Most of the time. Sometimes it's annoying. And we have sent our troops around to the fort in... I can't see where that is. North. The North Ottoman lands. That's weird. I don't know why we did that one. And now we've just realized that the Ottomans are here in France, and that's very bad news, because they just took a fort. And that's the Gateway Fort. And we do not have a fort in Paris. So that's bad. It's funny, so because it's the exact same size, and my camera is in the exact same place, you're seeing real me camera, I'm looking at past me camera. Wait, both of them are real me. Let me clarify that. You're looking at current me camera, I'm looking at past me. I just made some incredible faces as I realized that the French lands were being occupied. And I'm now seeing Naples getting occupied there by another 15k. We're going to change the occupation targets here again. But I mean, I don't think that the Castilian and Aragonese fleets just had no interest in engaging here. Cannot have that aggressive expansion impact. So this is an option for an heir. We currently do not have one, and we have a 60-year-old king. And we would get someone from the house of de Trastarmania, which could potentially be bad. So we take the option for the daughter, Jeanne de Valois, and name her after her mother, Maria. And then, weirdly, it just reset King Louis's personalities. I can't explain that, but it just became incorruptible. I don't think he was a second ago. I wish I'd remembered to pay attention to that. Because he's absolutely ruled for long enough. So that's really weird. Now, obviously, she has a weak claim right now. But the way that claims work, you can... it builds up over time. So I'm just kind of looking to see exactly how it's going to build up. And then... basically, we just need King Louis to stick around long enough. Because if your claim is in the 30s when you take over, you're in for a rough ride. For sure, for sure. Castile besieging Circassia, utterly pointless. There's like 0 war score involved there. Ottomans are feeling pretty good about their lives right now. I think they're about to full annex. And I'm trying to get this army to move, and it's because I got the wrong one selected. Get there quicker. Get there quicker. There you go. So we take them off carpet sieging, send them around. We're like, well, we could go to this one. They literally would march around the entire Mediterranean to get there. Fools. So we'll just take them there. Absolute fools. And it's interesting that we were able to start annexing Circassia. We didn't finish, but we started annexing before our truce is even over, which is kind of impressive. And now we're seeing lots of occupations from France. Ugh. It's ugly. Do not like that at all. Naples are about to call it quits, I think. They are well occupied. There they go. More land occupied. Diplorat +2 is huge. Very, very useful. But yeah, military power in this is like really you just want to get to Tech 7 in this campaign. What are we taking here? We're going to take the points, obviously. You want to get Tech 7 as quickly as you can, and then so you've got cannons to help with sieging. Because sieging, you need quick wars. This is the thing, and this is what I didn't do. I think where I've struggled in this campaign is like this. This is a long war. Already, it's a long war, and this is me realizing that Circassia just lost their claim on Crimea, and now we can't tell them to get a new one because we can't put in areas of interest. We could technically go to war with Genoa, but that's going to be complicated when we're already in this war. So yeah, that was bad. That was very frustrating because that slows everything down again. If we could have used their claim, we could have fed the land to Circassia, made them do some coring for us. As it is, because they lost that, we just have to wait now until we full annex them and then get the claims ourselves, and we can do the wars afterwards. But that's poor. Very, very poor. Okay, so we're kind of stuck waiting on that fort to fall. Mamluks got a thing. Don't care what their thing was. There we go. Alright, so now we can march down to, obviously, Constantinople. And then we send this army just onto the next fort in line. If we can take Constantinople down, I think we pretty much have the war in the bag at that point. Weirdly, the annexation went up by 0.1. Couldn't tell you why. Not enough cannons there. What can we get here? War taxes. Yes, please, because our finances are terrible. I'm not sure. Really needed to put a fort in Paris. There's no fort in Paris. That's terrible. Okay, so just eyeballing this. So we know we want to do those, and they have claims there and there. So we'll just flip them over to Kandar, so that we're ready. And of course we should have done that sooner anyway, because then Kandar would be paying for these. But whatever. That is a wonderful amount of aggressive expansion. So we're just waiting on Constantinople to fall, really. And you can see the Ottomans won out. They have low enthusiasm. They were at high, but now that we're sitting on their capital, they ain't feeling so hot. They're like Peter Parker. They don't feel so good. Too soon? Sorry. Not sorry. We are in a foot race here against Trebizond, but we do have a slight edge at the moment. We're about to take out another loan. Oh well. Interesting. It looks now that Circassia has been unsieged. That is progressing again, which is good. More points. Maria is amazing. Yep. Merc maintenance is good because we have a lot of mercs. And Castile just cleared off those Ottomans on Trebizond. And are going to go... Nope, didn't quite sack wipe them. But still. Deleting troops, basically. And there goes Constantinople. That's 65% war score. So we have what we need. Let's just make this as long a truce as we can. Hey, war reps, thanks. And that's pretty good. And do we want to add one more on? No. No, we don't. Let's just see if there's anything else we can do with our extra war score here. No one we want to feed. We could conceivably... No, never mind. Alright. No cause to revoke. Let's just do it. So we get Kandar from a 1 province minor up to 6. Big Kandar. Very nice. And they should be happy with us. If they're not, as ungrateful swines, we'll show them what for. And now Circassia is actually expanding, and so we're going to go ahead and build a spy network here in Crimea and the Great Horde. Reason being, as soon as we complete the annexation of Circassia, we can go to war. Let's repay some loans. Down to 1 loan, not bad. I mean, honestly, the loans are there, and when you don't have to think so much about the long-term consequences, you know, there's 15 years left of this run, unless we succeed. And so, why not, you know? The Kandar expansion, I'm still not... We only did that because we had taken land in Kandar. So if we didn't do that, if we didn't take that land in Kandar, then there's no harm here in... I mean, there's no reason to ever go to war with the Ottomans. We could probably just stay away from them the whole time. We didn't flip Kandar, which was a mistake, because now they're too big. We flipped Circassia. They are Catholic. And we're just going to see if there's a little bit more land we can steal. Cool. So we have our large army in position, ready. So, yeah. I mean, again, what you really want is you want quick, short wars where you can take a little bit of land. You just need multiple fronts to be able to take a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. And that's how I think you can do this one successfully. It's such a challenge. It really is. It's so very hard to realize, like, to balance everything out. Obviously, you can be 8 if you get the Burgundian inheritance, and maybe I'll do some research. If we don't win this time, do some research to see if there's a way to encourage the inheritance or influence the way it goes, perhaps. Bohemia just gobbling up Hungary here. But yeah, if there's a way to like facilitate it going better, that would be amazing, because it is... I mean, that right now I think there's 15 provinces there. If you could just get those and inherit them, that's huge. But I mean, it's such a I think there's so much RNG in that. If you can, I mean, France is one of the more likely countries to get the inheritance, I think. France, Austria, and Castile seem to be the ones who most often get it. I don't know too, like, maybe there's, if we look at the tree, the mission tree, there are other ways to get more land. Oh, I'm just talking about my current Tuscany run. I'm going to put up a what was Florence? It's Prince of Egypt is the achievement that I'm going for, where you start as Florence and form Egypt. And ultimately, I'm gonna do Florence to Tuscany to Egypt to Arabia. I'm just waiting on Tech 20. Yeah, bonus. And so once I have Tech 20, I'll form Egypt. And while I'm waiting to get that, I'm gonna get everything I need to form Arabia. And then once I have Arabia, there's the it's like the Arabian coffee mission. I forget what that's called. So I realized that I could piggyback from my Florence run into that. That's a very fun run, and I will put up the time lapse, like the timeline, and just sort of do a little rundown of how that's all worked out. But that's been a lot of fun to do. Okay, so we now have alliance with Burgundy. Again, I really need to research the event to see what triggers it and how you can facilitate it and what you need to be in contention for it. So that's on my to-do list. I mean, yeah, I've got over 1,000 hours. I may be up to 1,100 by now, and there's still so much I don't know. there's a lot of, like, I haven't really done a lot of playing as one of the, like, the Central American nations, for instance. It's a completely different playstyle. Like, so different. We're just looking at trade to see if there's anything we can do better here. And the reason we're in the North Sea, I remembered, is because we were just using that to help our trading. Like no, not our trading, our spying. But it makes more sense to go from the English Channel here, I think. We do have some presence there. And we go from... missed that, I was too slow. But I think it does go up by at least a ducat a month. So it was well worth. I mean, if it went up by 0.2 ducats, it's still worth. If it goes up by 0.01, it's still worth. Okay. Sweden are feeling froggy. So, 1st of March, let's pull back off one of those guys and get our guy back. No reason to not take Tech 8. That just gives us a better advantage. And our corruption is bad because, of course, we're on Diplo Tech 3. Again, very much intentional unbalancing because we're using so much Diplo power for peace deals and for annexations. And let's go ahead and support that independence. Nicely done. And then we'll go back to spying in readiness for Circassia. So obviously we still got some time here. We got, what, 10 years before the chords need to start, basically. So I'm still, my mind is always thinking about what to do next, you know? Like, if we fail, what do we do next? And trying to get Sweden independent early could help, but we definitely need to make sure that we get into a war where we can take land off Norway. And ideally, if we can fight Denmark and liberate Norway and then just fight Norway again, that would be pretty huge. That would be very big, actually. Working on improving with... is that Canada we're improving with? I think it is. Getting them ready to annex. Because we're running out of time. So you got to try and get all your ducks in a row. That's the thing. That's why I was thinking about it again. And I think Circassia is a good route, but I think you need to get there quicker than I did. I think I don't know. I think it's just, it's so, we need so much land. I just don't know if we're going to get it all. We're just trying to balance these. Our agent got discovered, so that's bad. So we have 3 months left here. And we don't want to delay this. So just trying to see if there's anything we can do to speed up. We got 2 months left. They're at 93%. Trying to figure it out. I think we took all the land we could. Or all the dev we could. We can't exploit when it's not your land. Block salmon growth just because. Seize land. Hello. Now, here's an option. We've got Tarki here. If we were to seize Tarki, they love us, so they're not going to care that we seize this. If we take Tarki, it makes them smaller. Does it make them small enough? That's the question. Because we need them over 100% on April 1st. They're over 100%. We're good. We can't actually core it right now. More corruption because overextension and such. But now, April 1st, Circassia is integrated. That's our land. We now have the French Caucasus? Caucasia? What do they call it? I know, we'll zoom out in a second. We fabricate our claims on just the lowest value provinces, that's fine. Low value provinces is what you need to win this. Yeah, French Caucasia. So obviously, no point in keeping that guy there. We've exhausted our doodad, our what's his name? Our thingy bob. We've got a long way to go. We've got to get land quickly here, and so still supporting independence, and they're at 100%. So that's going to fire. Be assured that that will fire because they'll feel confident. If they can get someone else, even better. Oh, I've just thought of something. What if, instead of taking land from Norway, we get the Age of Discovery thing that lets you transfer nations? You can do claims boarding claims or whatever, but it also lets you transfer. So we've declared war on Crimea. And that brings on someone else. And then we're declaring war here. That's going to put us at war with AQ and Uzbek. So, I mean, both wars are very manageable independently. But it's a lot to take on. Like, this is 2 wars simultaneously. And that's a lot. AQ are in a different war right now, but they still seem inclined to defend, so as I always hate to say, it is what it is. So we're gonna go to war on 2 fronts. And we, after successfully crusading against the Ottomans, we're now really looking to push that stronghold in the Black Sea area around the Caucasus and up towards Muscovy, which is, I mean, when you're suddenly starting to think about going to war against Muscovy as France, that's kind of fun. It's an interesting challenge. But yeah, I need to see how much land you need, or how if it's possible to get enough war score to transfer Norway. Because if we could transfer Norway, that would be huge, because then we could just integrate Norway. And that's a lot of land. That's 2 provinces in Iceland. The islands that they have, whatever islands they end up at that point. Oh, that was Hungary just getting put under Austria. Makes Austria a lot more powerful all of a sudden. And it gives you a way to attack Novgorod and then Muscovy that way. So you can pincer into these low dev lands in the east, because you really want to make the most of those low dev lands in Eastern Europe for sure. Because remember, it's not about how much dev you have. It's just pure province count. Austria somehow only at 290, but it's because they're not emperor. So they have Austria-Hungary, but 8th is kind of lame. We're sitting there at 2nd. To be clear, I didn't do that silly dance the first time I did this. Siege of Astrakhan. We need to get the war goal. So let's get... do we need the war goal? I mean, well, yes, you obviously need the war goal. So that's a silly thing to say. Very silly. But there's a few armies marching around here. Whose horse is that? Ryazan? They're not in this war, I don't think. Double check. Not there. Not there. Okay. And not there, funnily enough. That war is just Sweden and us, and I'm not involved. Sweden declared independence, and I don't think that's going to go very well. Okay, we captured Crimea. That's good. Now we're going to go see if we can beat up the Crimean and Nogai forces. And we're working on the Great Horde's capital there in Belgiumen. I know how to read. Not one to brag or anything, but I know how to read. Oh dear. I've become slightly delirious at having to re-record this. Man, because they're able to go quite horse heavy, I think they're just a lot faster than I am. So we're trying to figure out where to get our troops. Really what we need to do, I think, is peace out. Nogai and Uzbek and whoever else is in this. Kazan, I think we're in there too. And AQ. How we doing? We have about 7 minutes left. Okay. Okay, apologies that... I mean, for you, the experience should be pretty similar, I would think. You just get to see me doing this. In fact, it may be better because I'm not focused on actually controlling anything. I don't know. Venice got the Pope. Boo. So we're just looking at what we could theoretically take. And on reflection, I'm looking at this now, and I think this is a terrible route to go. What I should be doing is focusing on land, because you need to focus on the land that you can core immediately. And then get a wave of coring done, do another war, get a wave of coring done, do another war, do a wave of coring. That's the way to do it, I think. We're going to take advantage of the fact that we have some money and actually build that stupid fort in Paris. Versailles, by the way, pretty cool. Big tax boost. And Notre Dame, that starts as a level 2, is amazing and gives really nice boost. The fact you just get that as France at a level 2, sweet. Okay, so we're finally going to war against Nogai, or at least taking the war to Nogai, and Kazan. Ran into some rebels up there, but they're fine. Well, by fine, I mean they're dead now. Same difference. Wallachia just got gobbled up by Austria, I think. Not a concern. Okay, that's Kazan. And, oh dear. That's the Routier, who just got smooshed. So Kazan will peace out at this point. Once you take the capital, they're out. They don't care. So just trying to figure out who we're at war with. And really, I think AQ are the... I start marching towards Uzbek, but that's really dumb. Just got a claim on York for free. That could come in useful later. Just trying to keep that war exhaustion from getting too punitive. I honestly thought that the Routier were dead, but they survived somehow. Now we're out of Kazan lands. We can piece them out, get war reps and some money. There's nothing worth transferring or anything there, so we'll just take whatever we can, which isn't very much. But at least it all comes to us. Oh, it really isn't very much. Good grief. So that's Kazan gone. And that's a loan renewal. Berg randomly won a marriage. I can't explain that. I mean, it's probably weirdly a way to get some land annexed in the... Oh. Yep, money, thank you. You could use that as a way to get land in the... Oh dear, the Routier just got caught. Yep. That might be the end of them. Yep. Fairly well, ogres. So we're down to 2 armies right now. Now, we need Nogai to fall there. And we need Uzbek and Ak Koyenlu to get out of that war. So there goes Nogai. And at this point, I'm realizing, well, that's a small stack. They can't be dealing with this, right? That's too many troops. So let's be smart. Who's that? That was Munster really wanted a war. And again, we could do a Diplo Annex thing, but it takes time. We don't have that time anymore. There's less than... Oh, there's 10 years... Yes, 9 years left at this point. And then I'm realizing, why am I sending this 32 stack to the Uzbek capital when I've got a perfectly good 10 stack or 11 stack that I could send over there instead? Not going to take the ideas, not going to take tech, because now we need to core. So we're just going to hold on to all of that admin power. So we're on our way over. We need to start hitting things hard. And we just lost the war goal there against the Golden Horde, so that's bad. And that kind of goes back to that point I was making previously about when the war goal is a fort, it's obviously a lot harder for them to then take it back. Okay, we just made lots of armies rout there. That's good. Now we're gonna go stamp on the Crimean army in Crimea, pay back another loan, and oh my goodness, I think we're out of loans. Literally paid back all of our loans. That's surprisingly. That's just surprising, is what it is. And nearly out of time here. Just a couple minutes left. I don't know how I managed that. So we're just gonna go bop these rebels real quick. Whack down that war exhaustion. It is so slow. It's slow walking in this area of the, in this area of the world anyway. I don't know why no guy are feeling so good about this war. They need to get out. There's more rebels, but funnily enough, that's actually going to de-siege land from the war. So that's actually good for us. So we'll just deal with those rebels, and then looking to get through to AQ, and I think we just need a path through. And it looks like Georgia is the roadblock there. So let's see. I was just looking very distressed in the camera there. I don't know what happened, but I was looking very distressed. I think I'm just weighing up where we're at. It's 1492, we have 58 provinces. It's not looking good. I'm not gonna lie, it's not looking good. We need more land. We need quicker land. Again, and what I'm thinking now, as I look back on this, having seen it before, because I did it already, is that if I declared these two wars separately, knock one out quickly first, take that land, then knock the other one out, take that land, that would have been the smarter play. Looking at it, take the Great Horde land first, then take Crimea, because then I could have taken some of this Kazani land. Didn't do that. But we'll see where we pick it up next time. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Next one could be the last one, depending on how things go. It's 1492. There's not that much time left. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.